Hi, so I'm trying to get in on this trade right now. Um, so we have this larger uptrend in play, and then we have this shorter one with a break, new high, and then we have this even smaller uptrend. It's clearly holding. It fits really well. We have this entry off the trend line. It's not quite to the EMA, but it's so strong that I think I want to enter anyway. So basically, I'm trying to enter on the end. We have matching lows, so I'm willing to enter on this bar even though it closes higher than this previous bar. But it's a second entry long off the key entry point, and I think it looks pretty good. So I'm just trying to get in on the trade. So it's actually tapping the target right now. But I'm still, if it pulls back, I'm still willing to get in on get in on the trade, um, even though it tapped the target because it does have to tick through. So so yeah, I think it looks pretty good, like a pretty good area to buy. Oh, it's so tempting to raise it one because it's that would just be the stop entry, so it wouldn't be bad. All right, I'm gonna do it. All right, let's go. Trying to get filled. I wish I just raised it a tiny bit earlier. Would have been in already.
Order filled.
Finally. Okay, so going for 9 ticks, 9 tick risk. Entering off the key entry point, 2 legs back. We're in a we've been trending up all day, so it's just 1 to 1. I think it's a pretty good looking trade, so I'm glad I got filled. So I'll just zoom out. I'll show the whole day. So this is the whole context. Now here's the entry again. Oh yeah, and so one of the reasons that I'm going for 1 to 1 instead of going for 1 to 2 is because we are entering into the very highs of the day, and it can find resistance from it. So I only want to I don't want to like push it too far with the risk to reward. So I think 1 to 1 is the best target. So yeah, this trade over here. So yeah, this trade right here. I recorded it. I uploaded it as soon as I got out. Um, I do think I could have had this uptrend at the time that I took this short, and it might, maybe if I had this uptrend drawn, I might have gotten scared out of going short. But basically, I was thinking here was I didn't have this uptrend, and I basically just saw this leg up, a break, and then we have a second leg up about the same size, and then it goes into a range. So I was thinking, okay, so it breaks out of the overnight high, and then now it could fail. Two legs up, perfect area for it to reverse, and it's a bounce off the range. Triple test, first high here. Triple test, it almost reaches it there, and also you can see it there too. But really, it's just two legs up. So I'm thinking, okay, it could reverse down back into the range, but the range lows ended up holding, and then we just rushed out the highs. So I still think that it's a decent entry here to go short, but you know, I could have had this bigger trend in play drawn. I just didn't have it drawn. But I still think it's a good entry to ride to the lows of the channel or to the lows of the range. I mean, so guess we'll just let this trade play out right now. Hope we get out soon. I don't want it to take a really long time. It's been 8 minutes. Um, I guess I could pause the video and then I can resume it once it gets closer to one of my orders. So, I mean, actually, I don't know. Because I know people like to see the whole trade, so I think I'll just keep recording right now. All right. Oh, there we go. We're out. Oh, it looks like we're out on the tick as well. I'm gonna wait. Okay, good. I like to see it tick through because I don't want to get filled on the tick and then it go down to where my stop would be, because then I'd feel like I didn't actually get out, because that doesn't happen very often. They get filled on the tick like that. Usually it's got to tick through. So anyway, hope you'll enjoy that trade. Let me mark it up really fast. Green arrow, 2.25 points. Bold. Okay. Anyway, hope y'all enjoyed that. So anyway, I'll go through the day now. So first, let me remove this trend. So how I started out seeing it was we have these highs, these lows. So we're in this range. Now the overnight low is here, but once we got this double bottom right here, I I figured, okay, the range is probably right here. So so anyway, we have these range lows. I started trading around this area right here. We have this push up, break, attempt at a new high. It's just an uptrend with a break and then attempt at a new high. And so it's just one leg at a new high. But so we can get a second leg, which we do right here. But we get really choppy. We go into this range. Now here it kind of looks like there could be an entry because the uptrend has a break, a large attempt at a new high, and you can definitely expect another attempt at a new high. Um, it's a breakout of this range. Most breakouts fail. It also holds off the lows because it breaks out, but then it closes back up inside of it. So it's not the worst entry in the world. I kind of just I didn't really notice it in real time. I mean, it's clearly a downtrend break, new low. So now you have the green light to make the new high for this uptrend, which only has one attempt so far. So uptrend break, first attempt higher, short-term correction plays out, and then you get the second leg higher. So yeah, it kind of closes out. Yeah, it's actually a pretty decent looking entry. Um, we've been chopping straight through the EMA, so you wouldn't have any fear of going into the EMA, but you'd only be able to go for 1-to-1, I think, because I would want to get out before the range highs. So anyway, we make a new high, and then this is what forms the highs of the range. At first I had them here, and then eventually I extended them to here, especially when we got more bounces over here. But so we have the highs over here. We rush below the EMA, rush back above. There's really no setups here. I I was looking for short setups right here because it broke out of the overnight highs that I had, but I did not find anything. Here I was really wanting to get something, but like it almost forms because you have a first entry long and then it's like a second entry long failure, except it doesn't tick higher. So it almost looks like a good trade, you know. It almost looks like a reversal pattern because the uptrend plays out with a couple legs to a new high, and then you get a failed second entry below the EMA. It's a good context area. You just don't get the setup. So anyway, here now we get a lower high from this high, back above the EMA. I'd be kind of worried about entering short there because we didn't push too far below, and then we rushed straight back above the EMA like it wasn't there. So I don't know about going short there. But then we have another leg back, so now we have two legs back at the highs. I was definitely looking for something here, but there's just no way that you can get in on this bar, and this bar over here just isn't good because it has such a huge bullish bar before, and then it closes way too high up. So those two combined, it's just definitely not a good entry. But we do push down lower. We push to the lows of the range. Oh, and one thing I want to point out here on this trade. So we came off the highs of the range, and I talked about this yesterday, that when you come off the highs of a range, price is expected to reach the other side of the range unless price proves otherwise. So here we go into a downtrend off of the high. So we're expected to reach the lows unless the downtrend plays out. It gets a break, new low, it's played out. So it's safe for me to look for longs. Um, Once again, I did not take this trade. This is just it's a good looking area, especially because the downtrend played out. But and that applies here too, actually, because we go into this channel. Um, I wasn't sure if this channel right here was valid. I drew it a couple ways. We reached the lows. I was thinking it could just be a couple legs up. Um, but I was starting to think we could have something. I was trying to draw it like this, but eventually I figured this fits best once we got more price action. But anyway, so we break out of the overnights, and then this is where I extend it because we have uh, it breaks out, and so when you have multiple breakouts, you eventually extend it. So we got that, and then this ended up holding here. So here we get a break. The downtrend plays out with a break, new low. Technically, you can still expect a new high for this uptrend. We rush above the EMA. I got this next trade here. Now, it is just a higher low. I would have preferred a failed second entry because it would have been nice to get a reversal pattern from this downtrend. So downtrend, break, new low, and then reversal pattern to get in with the still in play uptrend. So that's what I was thinking here, but it's just a higher low, but you do get a break of this trend line. So even if you draw it as wide as you can, um, you still get a break, so you can expect a new high. I only wanted to go for 1-to-1 again because we are we are in a range, and I just wanted, you know, because it wasn't as perfect as I was wanting it to be when it was setting up. I just didn't want to go for a huge target. So we push higher. So this uptrend has a break, new high. We correct to the EMA, two-legged correction. We hold, and then we get it's like a hidden higher low, and then we get a hidden failed second entry. We go higher, and so this is where I drew those two arrows lines. So we have leg up, break, second leg up, and then we go into a range. So I was really thinking, okay, the uptrend could be out of play. We could fade the range, go back down. That's why I was willing to go short in this range. So we have the two legs up. Whoops. So two legs up. We go into a range, looking for entries to go short off the highs and longs off the lows. And so once this range was nice and confirmed and very clear, that's when I was okay with going short. Here you do get this long entry. It's a two-legged correction down. It breaks out of the range, so most breakouts fail. And I was looking to go long here, but it closes in this short-term trend line. You don't get a good higher low entry. There's just really no way to get in on this move up here. So I just wanted it to ride up to the highs here. But then I got this entry, and now when I drew this little channel here, there's like a couple ways to draw it. I drew it like off that body, and then when I put it to that wick, it had an overshoot, which kind of let me excuse it. But really, it's just the context was good. The two legs up, uptrend is played out. Perfect area for a reversal. I mean, it's not rushing below the EMA, but it's at the highs of this range, and so I just wanted to get out at the lows. So if you want to go watch that trade, you can. It's just my last video. So anyway, we push out of the range. We get a little bit congestive. We start getting these very sideways corrections to the EMA. Um, so we go into this smaller range. There's really nothing to take. It's just way too congestive. Can't really take any entries. And so then I started drawing this thinner channel here, which is where I got this trade here. And God, it did so well. It's like I didn't want to go for 1-to-2 on this because it was into the highs of the day, but I guess that just didn't matter. So anyway, we finally get a correction to the EMA here, but it's right into this range, so you don't want to take that. And then finally, we get a better entry up here when we get a fourth bounce, or one, two, almost three, and then four bounce off this key entry point. The highs fit, two-legged correction. I think it's a pretty good trade to go for 1-to-1. So um, anyway, I hope y'all enjoyed the video. Hope you like the live trades. So, I guess I should probably, so 1.75, okay. It's pretty good, another day without a loss today, so, that's nice. The targets were pretty small though. I've, I mean, I am going for 1-to-1 today, I guess, but, well, I feel like it's been slowing down, the market's been slowing down. Like just a few weeks ago, um, I was taking like 5.1-to-1 trades. Like it would be a 1-to-1 risk to reward trade, and I was 5 point risk, 5 point target, and that was pretty frequent, or like 4 points. Now it's more like 2.5, 2.25, 1.75. But anyway, it's you know, it's not a big deal because it's still a good amount of points. It's $50 a point per contract, so definitely not complaining. Just I wish that it was kind of faster. I mean, I do kind of like the lower volatility actually, but because it feels a little bit easier. It's not as fast and jumping all over the place, but I definitely like the bigger targets. So anyway, I guess that's it for the video. Hope you had a good trading day. Um, and yeah, I'll see you in the next video. Have a good day, everybody.